a quick demo of the new Northern Lights kit. So this is a box that you get, and the items that you get in there are your 4 ink pads, you get a white pen, one of the Mountain Valleys, the reverse image stamp, which is the Reflections Blue Hills Pine, and you also get a block where I've already got my stamp on the block ready to go. So the first thing you need to do is use your white ink pad, and I've got a white end for my ink dusters here. So I'm going to dip, and I'm going to use this in the sky wherever I want some of my bright colour. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of that on, just in random places. So I'm going to put a bit there, a little bit over here, and some more down here. So you need to get this white on first before we can go ahead and put any colour in the sky. So I want a little bit more there as well. So once you've got the white in the sky, you want to take your Mountain Valley. You have your mountains on one side and your soft rolling hills on the other. I'm going to use my mountains, and I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. And I'm just going to run the ink along the bottom edge of my stencil. There we go. That's it. So I'm going to be left with a nice mountain. So you can keep going down your card with this. You can flip it over if you like, but do just give it a quick wipe if you do flip it over. So I'm going to do another one about there. Again, just bringing my ink along the bottom edge of the stencil. So get a little bit more on that. There we go. So I'm happy with that. Just to get a little bit of a different texture at the bottom, I want to get something that looks a little bit like water. So all I'm going to do is just spritz that brush with water. There we go. And I'm just going to sweep it on where I want it at the bottom. There we go. So we'll get a little bit more on there. That's it. And again, just for that water texture, I'm just going to spritz it and just get a little bit more on. There we go. That's it. So once you get to that stage, you've got your good base to be able to come on and put colour on now. So we've got a turquoise and a nice bright pink with this kit, and I've got my turquoise and my pink end on my brush. So we'll go for the turquoise first. Again, I'm going to dab my brush in there, and I'm going to use this straight over the white on my card. There we go. So this is how you're going to get your nice bright colours on your black card. There we go. So we'll put another little bit down here, and I think just a little bit more up there. And we'll move on to the pink. So you could even bring other colours into this. You could bring a green into it if you like. There we go. You could use a purple. If you actually mix these two colours together, you do get a bit of a purple, so you can do that as well. There we go. And then again, I'm going to put a little bit more of that down there. That's it. So I'm happy with the colour in my sky. Because it's a reflection, I can also put a little bit of that colour just in the water at the bottom. There we are. And what I tend to do is just sweep my white brush back through there with a little bit of water on it. And it's just going to bring the water texture back in, and it's also going to make them colours come out a little bit more. There we are. So I'm happy with that. We're going to dry it off before we stamp on there. So let's just get rid of those and give it a quick dry off. So you can also try this on different coloured cardstock as well. I've done some on craft card. I've done the same thing but through a stencil, and I've also done it on white card just using the black ink pad. So you can have a little bit of a play with this kit. You don't just have to do what's on the box. So I'm happy that that's dry. I can now come on and use my stamp. So this is the size block you get, and it fits your stamp lovely. You get a VersaFine Onyx Black, which you need to get a really nice, strong black silhouette from this stamp. And as you can see, you've already got the reverse image on there. So I'm going to stamp it just halfway between my hills and my water there. So again, just on the other side. And there we go. So you can also just smudge that a little bit. And what it's going to do is just make your reflection look a little bit more like a reflection rather than looking so perfect. And you can also use your stamp just around the top corners, just to make it look like you're looking through the trees. That's it. So I'm happy with that. Again, you get a white pen in the box, and this is where you're just going to come on and start jazzing it up. So I'm going to start drawing some stars on this. There we are. Again, I'll do some more down here. There we are. And you can use your white pen just along this line at the bottom, just to kind of draw your eye back to the stamp. There we are. And you can also use your white pen in the water if you like as well, just for another little bit of a watery texture. And there we go, your Northern Lights.